About Scorpens. This is a family. Scorpene family is specific. We started to build the first Scorpene in 2005 for the Chile, then Malaysia, then Brazil and India, and in the future for Indonesia. In fact, all these submarines, it's the same shape of the submarine, but they are all different because they are adapted to the operational requirements of each navies. You can have an idea, for example, for Chile, they want to go to Antarctica, so very cold water. For Malaysia, we are nearby the equator, so it's more hot waters. For example, Brazil, very long shores, so they need longer endurance. So all these submarines are quite different. So you've got submarines between 1,600 tons to 2,000 tons. And the smaller one is 67 meters. The longest will be 77. So there is 10 meters difference between the two ones. And the Scorpene family will go on. All the submarines are improved, updated at any time. So it will be the same thing for the Indonesia, and we are discussing with other nations for other Scorpens. Now we've got the Barracuda. All the conventional weapons. First, heavyweight torpedoes. It could be the French torpedo, and it can be other torpedo. Black Shark, for example. Then you've got anti-surface missiles. Many of the nations bought the MBDA missile, which is the Exocet SM-39. So this is mainly the two classical attack weapons. Nowadays, we are preparing the evolution of all the submarines with the capability to deliver drones. We made a test for UAVs, so small underwater aerial vehicles, launched by the trunk. It goes to the surface, inside a small cocoon. You open it and you've got a UAV, which can fly for a few minutes or few hours. We are preparing also the evolution of the Scorpene, able to deliver UUVs by the torpedo tubes. So it will be evolutions for the systems. Not only delivering, but for the combat system to be able to do the mission system of the drones. So there will be evolutions. All the Scorpens have 6 tubes, and you can use all the tubes as you want. For torpedoes, for anti-surface missiles, you can deliver one or plus as a salvo of weapons at the same time, so you can manage with it, and all the weapons can be delivered from the control room. You don't need to have people in front of the tubes. What is important, you've got 6 tubes, so 6 weapons, and then here you have got a storage for weapons. You can store 12 weapons, so it goes to 18, maximum of 18 weapons. This is important. We will speak about the Barracuda and you will see the difference. Load each tubes very quickly. So what is important? You can deliver 6 weapons in one shot and then reload all the tubes. It's around 10 minutes for a crew which is well trained to reload the tubes.
Those capabilities also you provide for Malaysia, India, and
yes, it's for nowadays. Chilean Navy, Malaysian Navy, Indian Navy and Brazilian Navy are using the Scorpene. No real difference between Scorpene and evolved Scorpene. In fact, I think we shouldn't speak about evolved Scorpene. Each time that we are building a new Scorpene, it will be evolved, upgraded and so on. So when we say it's evolved, because it's not the same one, strictly the same one than the Brazilian. The Brazilian, it's brand new. The last one will be delivered next year. But what we propose with the Indonesian is the same Scorpene with the natural technical evolutions. For example, and that was your good questions, for the batteries, the former Scorpene are using the classical lead-acid batteries. Nowadays, we think that lithium-ion batteries are mature enough to be operational, to be safe, to be embarked on board all the submarines. So nowadays we are proposing the Indonesian Scorpene, and future Scorpene will be proposed with the lithium-ion batteries, for example.
How about the safety sectors for the battery?
Right. The IEP system is a fuel cell. You've got a tank of hydrogen and oxygen. You are using it. When it's empty, there is nothing. The IEP system, you've got the IEP system on board, but you can no more use this one. IEP, generally, it's limited to 2 weeks at sea. With a lithium-ion, you are like a normal battery. You can do 60 or 80 days at sea, just charging your battery once each week. So one time each week, for example. So you've got time, you've got more time, additional time with the lithium-ion batteries. And you don't have this problem with IAP. It's expensive, just mixing hydrogen and oxygen to make energy. It's no more, it's not a mechanician or an electrician, it's a chemist. You need to have a sailor specialist of chemistry. If you've got a grenadage and you have a leak of oxygen or a leak of hydrogen on board, okay, everyone is dead. So maybe it's good for training, for peacetime, but if you want to go for high level intensity of operations, we think that IAP is not useful, limited to low speed, limited to time, in time for 2 weeks only, and with lithium-ion batteries, you've got more potential to go at sea for longer time, and you are safer. It will be the same Thales cube. You will see Thales in a few minutes this afternoon, so you can have questions with them. So we are providing a sonar suite with the cylindric array at the fore part of the submarine, so detection in the fore part of the submarine.
And then at one location, only at the aft of the...
This one is the first one, is a cylindric array, and then here you've got the flank array,
okay.
So you can detect on the side of the submarine. With this kind of detection, you've got a 350, 60 degrees detection all around the submarine. Starboard, left, and you can mix, this is important with the combat system, you can mix the detection between the two sonars. It's not only listening one sonar and the second one, and there is 2 men to see if it's matching. Nowadays, you get a system, combat system is able to make the fusion of all the detections.
Do you locate another sonar at the upper side of the body?
We've got
below?
Other sonar here. You've got the small one, intercept array. This one is special to detect all the active sonars, so detection of active sonar. At the top of the fin, you've got small sonars. It's more to detect what is very close to the submarine. So in fact, a sonar, it's a mix between all the detections that you want to have in low frequency, medium frequency, high frequency. So it depends of where you will operate your submarine. It's quite different to operate in Malacca Strait and in the Mediterranean Sea or in the Baltic, for example. So the sonar, there is first the hardware of the sonar, and then there is the software of the sonar, which will be adapted to the place where you want to operate. But Thales is there, so nations required the naval cruise missiles on board the Scorpene. So nowadays, they are not on board the submarines in service. But we can, of course, include the naval cruise missiles on board the ship.
How many?
As I said, 18 weapons. So it's a mixed. It will be, depending on the operational choice of the Navy, a mix between naval cruise missiles and torpedoes. I go to